I want to say a few words about the events of the last few days. This past weekend, federal agents conducted large-scale workplace raids in and around Los Angeles. Those raids continue as I speak. California is no stranger to immigration enforcement, but instead of focusing on undocumented immigrants with serious criminal records and people with final deportation orders, a strategy both parties have long supported, this administration is pushing mass deportations, indiscriminately targeting hardworking immigrant families, regardless of their roots or risk. What's happening right now is very different than anything we've seen before.
He's absolutely right. It's different than anything we've ever seen before, because Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas let millions upon millions upon millions of illegals to flood our border. He's right. It's never happened before. And the reason it's happening is because you give them sanctuary. You do that. Okay, they violate our laws and you literally make them above the law. So you're right. It's never happened before, Gavin, because we've never had a president that allowed millions upon millions upon millions of illegals from all over the world to cross our border.
On Saturday morning, when federal agents jumped out of an unmarked van near a Home Depot parking lot, they began grabbing people, a deliberate targeting of a heavily Latino suburb.
Yeah, because that's where the illegals are. But I don't understand why you're having a problem with that. And by the way, I don't care what they're trying to do. Did you come here illegally? I have to point this out. We actually have a entry. We have a front door. There's actually a front door. In fact, the United States has over 300 ports of entry, legal ports of entry. Why do they continually jump the fence and come through the back door? Why are they constantly jumping through the windows? Why don't they just come through the front door? Why? You don't want me to see you? Why don't you want us to see you? Why are you doing it illegally? We actually have a process by which you can become a citizen. But they never use the front door. They're constantly using the side window or the back gate. Or what is that about? Democrats will never even address that. Why are you scared to go through a legal port of entry?
A similar scene played out when a clothing company was raided downtown. In other actions, a U.S. citizen, 9 months pregnant, was arrested. A 4-year-old girl taken. Families separated. Friends quite literally disappearing.
I'm going to call BS because I'm assuming he didn't see that. Is he saying that he was a witness to it, or did someone tell you the story? And if someone told you the story, why don't you tell us who told you the story?
In response, everyday Angelenos came out to exercise their constitutional right to free speech and assembly, to protest their government's actions. In turn, the state of California and the city and county of Los Angeles sent our police officers to help keep the peace.
But not assist the federal government. The police chief, LAPD, the police chief literally said, "We will not require to see your immigration status. We will not do that." They are literally above the law. In case you didn't see it, I covered the law. I read it verbatim. So if you are here illegally, you are defying federal law.
And with some exceptions, they were successful. Like many states, California is no stranger to this sort of unrest. We manage it regularly and with our own law enforcement. But
not with regard to illegal immigrants. You're lying, Gavin. Stop lying to the people. You never enforce You never enforce the laws with regard to illegals. This guy is a used car salesman.
Again, was different. What then ensued was a use of tear gas, flashbang grenades, rubber bullets, federal agents detaining people and undermining their due process rights.
Why did they use that? That's scary. They just got on the scene and then just start using tear gas. I mean, they came out and without provocation, they just started using rubber bullets. I mean, without any provocation. I mean, they just came, they jump off the car and load it up and just start spraying tear gas. Oh, or was it that they did that so that the people that were confronting them and attacking them, they're using it to get them to stop?
Donald Trump, without consulting California law enforcement leaders, commandeered 2,000 of our state's National Guard members to deploy on our streets.
Yeah, because you wouldn't. Gavin, because you wouldn't. By the way, because you're going to be hearing this a lot. He didn't have any right to usurp the governor. He had to talk to the governor first. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And Pete Hegseth knows. No, he doesn't. The lawmakers know. No, he doesn't. It's nice when it happens. But you're talking to a governor, you're looking at a governor that defies federal laws. So since you defy federal law, he's going to bypass you. And Donald Trump has absolute authority, not only over the military, but over the National Guard.
Illegally and for no reason. This brazen abuse of power by a sitting president inflamed a combustible situation.
So it was Donald Trump's fault. It inflamed a combustible situation. Okay? Everything was kind of teetering, and then Donald Trump came in and everything blew up. The people were totally peaceful. They were totally peaceful. But when Donald Trump got here, the National Guard, everything blew up all of a sudden, out of the blue, with no provocation. Because these are, very well-meaning, illegals waving foreign flags. Why are you on American soil waving foreign flags? Well, they say it point blank. This is our country. That California is Mexico. Period. Full stop. That's why they wave Mexican flags. So, mystery solved. They don't regard you as a citizen. If you're an American citizen in California, they regard you as an invader. That's what's happening. This piece of shite. I'm telling you, this is all an act of desperation, because this is now his second crisis. His mismanagement is abundant for all to witness. First the fires, now this. Because he refuses to, I need to say this, okay? Because everyone will get lost in all of the different events that are happening. You have protests, you have rioting, you have the lawsuits with Gavin Newsom against the president. You have the president taking his authority to take the National Guard and the U.S. Marines, and everything may seem very complicated. It's not. It's not complicated at all. In fact, it's very, very simple. California needs to stop defying federal law. It's that simple. When they start enforcing federal laws in sanctuary states and cities, that will de-incentivize illegals to come here in the first place. You see how that works? The fix is easy. Stop defying federal law. But they won't. You know why? Because they know the more illegals means more representation being sent to Washington. Make no bones about it. These are not, altruistic endeavors. This is nothing more than a grasp for power, uncontested. All right, that's it for now. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.